Hey guys, it's Ev and welcome back to my channel. So if you saw last week's video, that was all about the application process and how to apply to college and just tips and tricks and just some tips and tricks on just how you can apply to college. But I thought that this week I would share with you guys where I'm applying, what I'm planning on majoring in, that kind of stuff. And actually, I applied to all of my colleges last Friday. And I'm just waiting for my school to send over transcripts and recommendation letters and stuff. But all of my Common App stuff is done. So that's exciting. So yeah, I'm just going to tell you where I applied and why I applied and what I'm majoring in at each college if I decide to go there, that kind of stuff. So let's just get started. So at this moment in time, I like all of the colleges that I've applied to equally because I just don't really know yet exactly which one I like better, where I want to go, what I want to do. So I'm just going to do this in alphabetical order. So there's no particular order except that it's alphabetical. And yeah, so the first school on my list is American University, and that is in Washington, D.C. And I'm applying there for environmental studies, and then my backup choice was journalism because I want to kind of do both of those together if I go there. And then I really like that school because I love Washington, D.C. And if I'm going to be in environmental studies and journalism, I want to be working with the government or with the EPA, etc., in D.C. in that setting. So that's why I applied there. So I think that I either want to, if I do that track, I either want to follow environmental studies and see what I can get a job just right out of college with that bachelor's degree, or maybe try to go to law school for environmental law or get a master's in journalism. I don't know, because I want to do environmental journalism and environmental law together maybe. That's kind of my plan. My second school is Clarkson University, and I'm applying there for environmental science and policy because, again, I really want to do environmental law eventually. And I am planning on minoring in communications when I get there so that I can just have kind of that journalism background as well. And I really like Clarkson because the professors are awesome and the program for environmental stuff is really good there. It's really well known and they have a really good career center. So I know I'll have a really good chance of finding work when I graduate. So that's awesome. Clarkson is in upstate New York. My third school is Emerson, which is in Boston, and I'm applying there for journalism because they are a communication school. That is what they do, that is what they are great at, and they have lots of connections in the journalism world, so that's really interesting to me. And then they have an environmental studies minor that I would definitely do so I can kind of have that environmental journalism. But I also really like how they have creative writing and screenwriting and stuff, and I really like movies and kind of just video production and that kind of stuff, and their journalism program has a lot of behind the scenes of broadcasting and all of the other aspects of journalism besides just the writing. So I think that's really cool. And being in Boston would be really cool because it's a big college city and there's lots of opportunities to get internships and stuff with the journalism world right there. So then my fourth school is George Washington University in Washington, D.C. And again, love Washington, D.C. And I'm applying there for journalism as my first choice and environmental studies as my second choice, kind of the opposite of American because George Washington is really well known for their journalism programs and they have lots of access to internships in the journalism and environmental fields there in D.C. And I really want to do both of those together. And I just love D.C. and I love all the opportunities that George Washington has for their students to get out into the field and have internships and co-ops in DC, so that's exciting. Then my fifth school my fifth school is Lafayette College, which is in Pennsylvania. They are a liberal arts school that has a really good engineering program, and I'm applying there for environmental studies, and I'd probably minor in English or French or something, just fun. And I think I just really fell in love with their campus, and I think they would help me get into law school because I'd have that strong liberal arts background, but I'd also be able to study this environmental science and environmental studies stuff that I want to research because I really want to have a good solid background in environmental science and knowledge before I become a lawyer so that I actually know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I just love their campus. It's such a small school that has a really great community, and yeah, I would just feel I would be really welcomed there, and I feel I would fit in really well. And it was just a very awesome vibe when I went on a campus tour there, so that would be awesome. Okay, Then I am applying to SUNY New Paltz. And I'm actually applying there for English teacher education, for like secondary education for English. Yeah, so that's a little different. I had like the plan of either being like a writer or being an environmental lawyer, but then I took this like quiz and health and then other personality things, and then I was like, you know what? I really love books. I really love writing, and I also really love like history and like the background behind books and like reading historical books and stuff. And I really just want to like share my love for reading and how it's affected me and made me the person I am today and how I write all the time with other people. And I don't want the love for books to die out in our society as kids are using more and more technology in their lives, and I just really want books to still be an important part of growing up. So I think that being like a middle school or high school English teacher would be really cool. And I think that if I did that, I would do like double major in English teacher education and history education. If you can do that, I think you can, because I would love to teach like 6th grade history, because that was like my favorite history class, and it's really cool. And I would love to do like, I feel like I would be happy in both. Like I'm probably better suited to be an English teacher, but I feel like I would just love doing both of those things. And SUNY New Paltz is really well known for their education programs, and I feel like they would give me like a really strong foundation in getting ready to be my own teacher through like student teaching opportunities and stuff like that. So now I was like, what the heck, let me just apply to that program, and then in April when I have to decide where I want to go, I can, you know, weigh all the options and just figure it out. And like I really think I would enjoy it, and my only like conflict with myself is like, but there's so much like of the rest of the world that we haven't seen, and like teaching is like you're never leaving like the school system, if that makes sense. But I feel like I could see myself being really happy there anyway, and you still have summers off, so I could like still write and travel and stuff over the summer, and that would be really cool for me. I don't know. And also if you're a teacher, like you could teach anywhere, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I will keep you posted with that. My last school that I applied to is the University of Vermont, and I applied there for environmental studies in their Rubenstein School as my first choice, and then environmental studies in the College of Arts and Sciences as my second choice, because they have environmental studies literally like in every single school that they have within the college. And so I just applied 2 different environmental studies programs, so if I don't get into the ones at the specialized environmental school, I can get into the one in just the arts and sciences school. I loved UVM's campus. When I first got there, I thought it was like a little overwhelming because it's really big, but it's beautiful. Burlington's beautiful, the lake, like it's just really pretty, and I think I would be really happy there. And I just really like how almost all the students there are like really aware of environmental issues, and even if they're like not environmental majors, like you're so much in nature at that school, even though you're in a city, but then you're also like in farmland at the same time. So I feel like it'd be like a lot of like-minded people. I don't know, but I also just love Vermont. Like I have relatives up there, so we go to Vermont all the time. It's beautiful, and I think that I would fit in well at that school, and that their environmental programs are really well known. Like everyone knows that UVM is like the environmental school. They also have their own ice cream, so that's a plus. And I would probably like still try to minor in like English or creative writing or something just for fun, because I love those things. Those are my passions, and like those would help me if I go into law school afterwards, or just like with communications, like if I was a spokesperson for an environmental organization or something. I don't know. Because yeah, so those are all the colleges, and like my career plans, like I think I'm really good at like writing and like public speaking and stuff, and like, you know, communication. That's why I make these videos. I could see myself working with like a team of scientists and like presenting their findings, or maybe just working for an environmental organization, or being a lawyer and representing environmental groups, or helping big companies become more environmentally friendly, how they can follow environmental regulation. Then I can also see myself like sitting in a classroom with like 10,000 books and just like geeking out over literature with people and students and history, because if you didn't know, like the books that I've written are historical fiction novels, and I would just like, I would love that so much. So yeah, I have a lot of decision making, because I could also see myself being a journalist and running around cities like writing stories, and I don't know, because I love just writing like I like writing my books, but I feel like I'm better at writing like short things, like articles and short stories. But that's why I like writing my books, because I'm getting better at writing longer pieces. But yeah, I don't know. I just have to figure out what I'm meant to do. And I will keep you updated, and hopefully I figure it out before the deadline of deciding where to go to college. Yeah. So hopefully this helped you just get to know me a little bit better, and comment down below what you think I should major in, just, out of curiosity, and also comment what you're planning on majoring in, / where you are applying or have applied, or where you're going to college, anything like that. And if you have any advice for me, definitely just, let me know. And yeah, hopefully you stick around as I go through my journey of applying to colleges and hearing back from them and all of that fun stuff. So have an awesome, awesome week, and yeah, I will see you next time.